Hello, it looks like we're live and it's all good. I'm just going to make myself a little bit of room. I don't need any of that stuff. Sorry, getting more organised. I've got lots of things here. Okay, so the first card we're going to be doing, is anybody here? Are all my girls here? Hi Jacqueline. Hi Dawn. Hi Belinda. Hi Jeanette. Okay, we're waiting for a couple to come on in. I might go through the cut. So this card is, everyone loved this card. This was not, well, the decoration was my idea. This I got from Jeannie Stark at juststampin.com. So that's an easy one to remember for you. And this card I made to her measurements. The one I'm doing today, I'll go through the measurements of what I'm using. I have used some, I think I'm not quite sure whether they're deleted or not. They just matched. I've given you guys that have bought the kits some rhinestones, so you can keep the rhinestones and put whatever you like there. These are all fussy cut. This card is just so simple but so effective. All you need to do is stamp your happy birthday there, a bit of scoring and folding, and a bit of DSP. I'm going to actually leave that one out because I may need to refer back to that. So we'll just go through the measurements of all the pieces first. And then by then, some people might have jumped on. Some have trouble finding me. Jeanette and Dawn, yeah, Denise was looking. Oh yeah, Denise and Rhonda are here. Okay, so to get two cards out of one sheet, I've changed my measurements a little because the American cardstock, as you know, is 8.5 by 8.5 by. I'm not quite sure what the length is, but because theirs is 8.5, you go half of that, you've got 4 1/4. Well, mine is 4 1/8, and I've cut it at 11 inches that way, and then I've scored it at 5.5 and 8.5, like so. I've already done mine, so if you want to grab yours and do it, just don't want to do it in the same, in a different spot, in a different angle. Just make sure you're using, the light isn't very good in here. It never is it? So that, we'll go to 5.5 and see if that's right. Because I've already done it, I don't want to do it again. In case I do it yeah, that's 5.5. So you would go, I can just show you without doing it. You would go down there with your scoring blade, not your cutting blade, and then you would go at 4 1/4. No, you wouldn't. You would go 4 1/4 first. I'll go to 4 1/8, not 4 no, where am I? 8 1/4, sorry. I did have it right the first time. Goodness. Which is that one there? I want to take that one off because that's confusing me. So 5.5 and 8 1/4. I hope no one messed theirs up by me messing that up. So that's your, just wondering, can we all see? No, you can't see there. Sort of bring that down a bit. So that's your 5.5. I think you all pretty much know anyway. That's your 5.5. Then you'd move it to 8 1/4. I'm getting my 8 1/4 and 8 1/8 mixed up, aren't I? And you would score there as well. So that's that one. I'll use the bone folder and do those properly in a sec. If I put that there, you might be able to see that as we go. And the black one is 10 by 3 3/8, scored at 2 3/4 and 5.5. You might want to use my measurements rather than, I'll have to turn that around, have a look, because I can't read upside down. Not very well anyway. 2 3/4, which was here. So 2 3/4. Bit hard to see on the black, isn't it? But the black and the Coastal Cabana looked really nice together. And then 5.5 there. So you would go, just pretend we'll go there with our scorer there, and our scorer at 2 3/4, we would go here with it down, of course. And this is the brand new trimmer. So that's, oh, I don't want, I'm going to put that there because I'm going to need to be using them. So I don't need my trimmer again for this card anyway. I don't think I need it again, full stop actually. So now what we need to do is do our folds. And I'm hoping I can show you which way that goes. So up the top we've got that folded that way, so he comes down there. That's all you've basically got to do. So that's folded. You could actually, mine looks a bit crooked actually, or is it just my eye? I'm not sure. Looks crooked, but it shouldn't be crooked. It does look a little bit crooked. Don't know what I did there, but anyway, we'll go with it. And this one, hope I didn't cut yours crooked. Maybe I scored mine crooked. If you don't have it right up the top, it's easy to score it crooked. And then this one will sit here. Obviously you don't put adhesive all the way down, so you will come down here. This one here will go, oh, that's right, go like that and like that. So you'll end up putting this here. It's only adhered there, and then it's adhered here, and this bit here comes out like that. Yeah, that's right. So just sit them like that. Okay, and then when it's all together, that will fold down there like that. I don't know an easier way to tell you that, but I think you'll work it out. Just don't put any adhesive or anything on there till you work out which way it's going to go. So then it should go like that. It's really easy when you think about it. It's just really a Z fold up the other way, I guess. And this piece here will adhere flat down. This piece here will only adhere to about here. Okay, so if I get my stamping done on this piece, I was going to tell you what sizes these are, because they're a bit different than, what was her name, Jeannie, was it? They're a bit different to hers as well. Remember to speak clearly and not mumble. Okay, so this bigger piece of white, Whisper White, is 3 by 4 1/4 inches. The two smaller pieces are, they're not sticking very well, 3 by 2.5, yeah, 2.5 inches. Just hoping you'll be able to see those. The ones who've purchased the class will be getting a PDF with all these measurements. So in the DSP, one piece is 1 by 4 and two pieces are 1 by 2.5. So they'll go, yes, just don't do anything on them. Just make sure you've got them like that, because I was inclined to have them the other way around. And if you want to grab your scissors, and it might fill the time more easily if you want to fussy cut your little characters out, like I've just done, while you're watching. I can't really leave those there, but I'll keep them for when I write the PDF, because I have not done that yet. Okay, so I won't put the DSP on that one in case I mess it up, but we will put it on these ones. And you could use whichever side you like. The ice creams would look nice, as well as the candles. And you can see this is going to be a really quick card to put together. And just an FYI, make sure my candles are up the right way. The this Bonanza Buddies set is unfortunately, I looked on the website, it's unfortunately sold out. If it's not there, if you go to my website and something's not there, it means it's sold out. Pretty obvious, I guess, but just in case we didn't know. And actually another set that I'm using is also sold out, but never mind. Sometimes I have a baby wipe beside me because I always make a mess with this memento. And I always like to stamp it out, make sure I know it's going to... Oh, it looks like I've used a different happy birthday. Well, this one goes with this set, so I don't know why I've used that one. Anyway, I have. So you can put that wherever you like. If you wanted to write to someone up the top, that's what I'm thinking I might do when I use this card. So I will put the happy birthday here. Just make sure you don't put it too far over to the left because you don't want it... Oh, look what I did. It's a big bubble there. You won't do that, will you guys? I'll just flip that over. I'm not sure why that did that. It's got a big clump on the side's my wet side. Just dry that off. Not sure if there's something wrong with my pad there. Sit that there so you know that it's in the centre roughly. Maybe I pressed too hard, I don't know. Let's have another go. Won't press too hard. There we go, that's better. A little crooked, but I can live with that. Going to need that again for another card, so I don't want to put that too far away. And that's all the stamping we need because that happy birthday goes on the front. You could put some more stamping in there if you wished. But if you wanted to keep it simple and just leave it like that and just add something later, that would be fine too, just like I'm doing. Okay, so on your black, these pieces go onto your black and they can be stuck all the way down on your black. So just like you would layer a normal card on here, except, no, that's right. Except I look as though I've got a little bit more perhaps than I should have maybe. But that's going to be okay. And this one down here. And the third one down here. Now we get to put our little characters on there. You can put, so I've got a bird on that one. I think I might use that's also what you've got to watch too. Look at that. The koala might be better. Yeah, we might put the koala there. That's a good point. I'm glad I'm going first because I could do the lion. But he will just, I could put him there. Yeah, he's probably all right there, actually. And then I might put the bird. And I might put the koala down. Well, that's where I've got the other ones down the bottom there. I've just switched those around. So depending what characters I've given you, you might want to switch yours around too. And just make sure that they're going to fit around the writing. If all else fails, you might have to do what I did and flip it over to make sure it's going to fit. So, a couple of these on here. I should have had this done before, shouldn't I? The dimensionals on there, I didn't think of that. And I might not worry about his tail. Or will I? Let's see if I can get a little bit, something on the bottom of that's not cutting. See if I can get a tiny bit there. Might not be worth it. Mightn't be worth the fiddle faddle. Just so as he doesn't get caught on something. Oh, I might be able to do that. Don't know. Come on, little fella. You're going to show? Yes, you are. I needed it further. I had plenty of room. I don't know why I did that. Because he's too hard to hang on to, because I haven't got anything to hang on to him with. There we go. That's better. That'll just hold him down and stop him from waving around. Probably wouldn't matter so much if you did it in cardstock. And this set, you would have seen it in the holiday catalogue. It had the stamp set and I don't think I brought the dies out, did I? It had the dies to match, which I didn't have when I made this card, but I did get later because I loved the little banners, and I was hoping it would, I don't want to bump the camera with my head, I was hoping it would go through because I just loved the little banners. Now where's my tweezers? I like to use, I'll use these old ones. I can't find my new ones. Well, I can, they're in there somewhere, but they're hiding. He's going to be a little tricky to position, I reckon. Thought he was right before. What have I done? Down a bit. I think that's right, yep. That'll be fine. Now the birdie won't be as tricky because he hasn't got a long tail. You could of course use your little ones. I might use a little one here for the beak bit, and maybe a little one might go where the hat is. And you may, depending on what I've given you, you may have to fussy cut yourself a hat if you want a party hat on one of them. I've given you various bits and pieces. It's a bit tricky when we're not all together and we haven't got the stamps to share, isn't it? But anyway, where there's a will, there's a way. And hopefully it won't be long till you can come and do the classes in person. I better have a check and make sure no one's trying to talk to me. Someone's saying hi. Cheryl Randall's demo. I haven't met you before, Cheryl, online or wherever. Barry Milne. Hello, Barry. Would you like to make a card? Sharon, we've got Mel. Oh, how are you going, Mel? I got you a lovely birthday message. You've been doing some crafting? And we'll pop our little koala up on some dimensionals as well. Can everybody see? And my girls, can you reply to me, my class girls, and tell me if you can see properly or not? Anything you need to know? I think it's pretty simple and pretty self-explanatory. And my girls are so clever, they'll have this done in no time. Because it's pretty much done already. Isn't he cute? That gorgeous little koala. Now all we need to do is put this guy onto here. Now, it's a while since I made this card, as I just said, so bear with me. Just make sure you've got it up the right way, which the right way is to have, which I nearly did the wrong way, is to have the longest piece is the one that you want your shortest piece to go onto. Does that make sense? And then I think if we just do this and then this, that will land in the right spot, if that makes sense. So if we get that stuck down first, is that going to be the right? No. I think we need to have that up a little bit. Just work out where you want that to go, because you want to do that and have them, I think, have them match. Yeah, I want to have them matching. Yeah, I think that's about right, actually. So what I'm going to do is just be very brave and put my snail on here. You guys know we're getting a new snail. So if I do that, so while you're putting that on there, just position it here where you want it to go. Oh, it's stuck to my fingers. So that you've got about the same on each side, okay? And then, oops, look what I did. Don't do that. That's okay. If I had have used wet glue, I would have been in trouble there. So then I think I'm just pretty much winging this, because I made this ages ago, this card. So get a pencil and just go like that. Hopefully you'll be able to see that when you flip it around here, and you can. I couldn't see that one, but I can see that one. Just put your adhesive there. You may want to use something a bit stronger, but just for video purposes today, I'll just use the snail because it's quicker. Yeah, so we're getting a new snail, and we're getting a new, it's the strength of the Terra tape. So that'll be exciting too, because we all miss fast fuse, don't we? Fiddle, that won't go in there. So there we've got this card. I'm not going to, I don't think I want to use those rhinestones. I think I want to find some of those if I've got any of those left. And the pieces that I've given you, I think I've given you extra, what did I do? I did some balloons on there. So you could, I know you've all got balloon stamps. You could do that as well. So they came from that set, which I won't demonstrate that because we need to keep moving along and get through everything. We've got 4 cards to get through today. So yeah, so there's the first card pretty much done. I can put all of those out of the way. And go to the next longest one. That one I'm wanting in that set there. So I'll pop that in there so I know where to find that. And I think I need memento and something else. So how do we all go with that one? You need me to explain anything? Yes, amazing what a new phone will do, Marg. Can see it all. Good. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Okay, so your next one. This is how it's going to look. So I've used the botanicals. Now, just in case it comes back at some stage, sometimes things happen to come back. I know it's still available in America, which doesn't help us, but sometimes I think they must send some things out here. So in this kit, you've got the stamp set, you've got the dies, and you've got the paper, and you also got, where are they? Also got some, they're little bees in here somewhere. And you've got ribbon as well. You've got some old olive ribbon, I'm pretty sure. You can have a look in your book anyway and see what you've got. I actually meant to give out some little bees, but I forgot. We actually might put one on my card that I'm doing now. So you've got all this paper. So it was a pretty good deal, actually. And you've got some things you could use for a mat. Oh, and you've got these little, so you've got these little cutouts. So they're your sentiments and your cutouts. Kits are really good to get sometimes, especially when you're just starting and you haven't got much equipment. If you buy a kit that's got, so you could use that as is on your card. It's got the, I think it's peacock there. And you can see where I've used it as a mask on another card. You guys would have seen them at the launch. Or you can use that just like that. And while I've used the back of that, that doesn't destroy it, and you can still use it on the front of your card. So you can see all those bits that I've cut out from there. I'll just pop that. I don't know what I've done with the ribbon out of there. It's like a piece of it tied. Looks like I was going to use that for something. That's really nice old olive ribbon. So I'm going to just sit that over there because we're not using that. We will be using the Stamparatus. You guys probably don't need to use the Stamparatus, but for this little stamp that I want to do, I found that I needed to. I'll pop those over there too, out the way. So it's basically you've got your card that you just want to put all together. Oh, and I used the, what did I use? I used the For You out of Itty Bitty Greetings, and I think most of you have got that too. You could use whatever you like for that. Let's grab that back again and fold the card base over. Like that. And this, oh, I didn't grab that embossing folder out. That's the new one. That's available now, and it goes with the Ornate Garden set. I didn't actually, and you can see I've cut my little golfer. The guys that bought the kit got a bonus card that I've cut him out of, and you'll see that. That's the last card I'm going to demonstrate. Just a really quick and simple one. So I'm going to, because this is just cardstock on cardstock, I can pop the mat down, and that's what you do with your mats. You can cut out your images so you're not wasting any more cardstock. It conserves your cardstock. I think most of us know that, but just in case you didn't. And this one, I'm going to use some, oops, that one's not open. Where's my little thing that Rhonda gave me? Here it is. This was my Christmas present from Rhonda. Love it. And as most of you know, I had a birthday Thursday and got spoilt with lots of cards. Some visitors for afternoon tea that brought afternoon tea even. It was lovely. So this one, yeah, as I said, goes with the Ornate Garden. You could ink the folder and pop it through. If you don't think this goes quite with this card, you're quite welcome to use something else and save this one for something else. I wasn't quite sure whether it went or not, but I wanted you guys to see this folder and see what it does in person. So now we've got we just build. All I did here was I just used a card sketch, and then I just built my card. And if you want to know what a card sketch is, go to Pinterest and type in card sketches, and lots of ideas will come up. You can just put in what you're wanting to use without having to sit there and think, which bit can I put here and which bit can I put here? I find it really helpful when you're stuck for ideas. And I possibly should be using wet glue for this, but anyway, we'll see how we go. It should adhere fairly well, I think. So you want that pretty much centered there. I've got that a bit far over, haven't I? Maybe that one needs to come over. No, I can do that. We can do that. And then this piece, go here. This is the botanical paper out of the same set. Mine looks like it might be a bit wider than that one. I didn't cut them exactly the same. And which side of that? That side of that. So when all the cutting out's done for you guys, it's really simple to put together, isn't it? Oh, I probably should have put that on first. So this was going to show you how I emboss that. But we can do that if you want. Do you want me to show you the white embossing? You won't answer me straight away, will you? So I'll just put this together because I had planned on doing that. And because it was there, I'm just picking it up and going ahead with it, aren't I? Because it's easy, because it's done. Does anyone want to see me doing the white embossing? I had my stamp set up on the stamp apparatus and everything because this tricky little stamp it was to get straight. And then I've just used, where is it? What's done with that? Here. This is what I used to do the end. I think it's called the banner punch. And you just pop your cardstock in there. Where's the other little bit that I can show you? I think most of you know anyway. Oops, I can't do that because I didn't put my spare bit of black in, did I? It's gone. Now, I had my flower there somewhere. Here we go. I might use big ones where I can. Oops, had two together there. Oh well, they can stay there. And just position your flower where you would like. I think you can go about there. I have tied my bow already. I usually tie it, those that buy ribbon, I usually tie it off the, that's all frayed that in, tie it off the roll, and you actually save a bit of ribbon by doing that. Hopefully I'll cut it straight. Yeah, that's right. And the terracotta ribbon is in the Ornate Garden Suite. It's available now, like I said, once the end of the month comes, June the 2nd, on June the 2nd, June the 3rd, whichever date it is that the catalogue goes live, it will not be bundled. So if anyone is wanting to get that, that's the advantage of getting things, even things that are carrying through, of getting them now, you save your 10%, because once they do this every year, Stampin' Up, once they go through to the next catalogue, if they go through, they are unbundled, which means they're still available, but not as a bundle, so you don't save your 10%. So if there's anything you're wanting, and most of the things that are carrying over are still available. They were when I looked on the website this morning. Now, I don't want that to cover my writing, to be a bit clever there. I don't know whether I can put a little bee there. Maybe I can. So I tend to buy these beautiful things and then not use them. I think he's too big for the flower. What do you think? Yeah, I don't know. He's beautiful, but I just don't know. I need that for the next one as well. Now, what did I do on the inside, you'll be all wondering. I just put, and I think I probably have given you guys some paper, have I? I didn't give myself any. So it looks like I've just given you, and what did I do on the envelope? Where is it? Oh, I just did that. So I would have given you guys that. I've been lazy and I haven't cut myself out any paper for the inside, but I can do that later. And you should have yours, and you should have, I think, from memory, I think I gave you a piece like that as well for your envelope. If I didn't, shame on me. I'm sure you'll think of something to put there. Oh, and you've got your, don't think I gave myself any of them either. No, that was hard on me, wasn't I? You've got your, I'm sure you've all got the champagne rhinestones. Yeah, but I didn't give myself any of those. So, did anyone want to see me do that embossing? Hi, Rosie. Yes, please. You want me to do the embossing, Denise? Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? Well, like I said, I've misplaced my piece of cardstock. So we'll do it on the last card because I'm going to change things up with that one. I'm going to use something new on the last, well, yes, the last card. This next one isn't the last card. So now you've all got something different, and I've done a different one to what you have all got. What have I got here? Oh, and we're using something new here, but you haven't got anything new because I didn't have that when I did the kits last week, was it? I didn't have the set. So let's pop the stamp graphs up the road, the embossing. I will do the embossing on the last card for you, Denise. So grab the, so I can tell you the umbrella set, and I can't remember the name. It is going through to the next catalogue, but it's unbundled. So if you'd like to get it, you're best to get it before the catalogue ends at the end of May, or you won't save your 10%. Okay, so I'll just show you what I'm about to do here. You'll all have different butterflies. I've used the punch pack paper, which you all know isn't available, but because of the circumstances where we can't all get together and stamp our own, I'm not allowed to sell stamped images. We have to do what we had to do. So you will see these aren't umbrellas, these are butterflies. So the umbrellas become the butterflies. So because I've done this in blue, where are we? I'm going to pop that up that way so I can see what I'm doing. And this one's in pink. I'm going to have to do a bit of figuring out here. So the umbrella handles become the antennas. So you'll pop them together like that. I've already stamped that, ready to be mounted on there. And the little ones, these were just stamped out of some retired paper because I had to do what I had to do. And you might have different coloured handles. You're just going to have to work with what you've got. And these ones were what I was going to put there, but you know what? I'm going to use something new. Now what have I done with the, which is our new, I showed you the other day when I did a catalogue, well I showed you my new goodies. So I just thought this morning I was getting everything ready and I thought, oh, I can do that. Now I've just got to try and position those flowers. I'm going to be Ike there, I won't be Ike, I'll use a bigger piece. So you will be able to do, you've got the little flowers from a retired punch, but from now on, from June the 3rd on, you'll be able to use these ones like I'm using, if you would like to. And I only want, that will be enough, because I only want 4 flowers. I want a little one and a big one mounted on top of the other. Oh, that's not going in there go. And I'm not sure what that's called. So this is the set I'm using for the bubbles. It doesn't look like I've grabbed the umbrella set. That's the umbrella, probably because I wasn't using it. That's the umbrella punch. There is a stamp set that goes with that as well. And that was the sentiment, but I've already done that. And usually I like to keep my cards fairly versatile by not putting sentiments inside, just on the outside. And this one for you, well, that could be for anybody, for anything. So I just don't want to lose all my little bits. Perhaps I should put my butterflies together first. That might be the right thing to do, mightn't it? So I might just use a bit of snail so I can just wriggle that around a bit. And then I might have to use, I just want to see how that's going to go first. That can go there. The sticks kind of have to be on top of one another, like that. Okay. So we don't need glue everywhere, just in the centre of that. So maybe just in the middle here would be a good idea. I'll come up a bit. And because I've got glue everywhere there, I'm not going to add any more glue. There we go, that's that one. And this one, I might put him together with a bit of, just because I've got it in my hand, we'll do it like, oops, pick it up. Don't know about you, but I wasn't going to get this one until I got this idea from Libby Dyson on a blog hop that I was in. She had used the umbrella like a butterfly, and I thought what a great idea that was. So thank you, Libby. And that, just probably need to play with that a bit. Just make sure you put the glue on the right side, as in this side. And by using your multi-purpose, it's not going to go anywhere, and that's way too much. Oh, not going to go anywhere. It went on my finger. That's the trouble with it. It does stick to you as well. I haven't done that as well as I've done it on that one. Probably needs to come up a little bit. That's better. Now for the, might as well do the little flowers while I'm at it. I like to texture my flowers. So if I was using these, now I'm not going to be able to pick those up. If I was using the ones I punched out for you guys, I would just get your hand and your bone folder and go like that. And all you've got to do is pop that on and pop a little gem in the centre. So the same with the other one. You don't have to use these flowers if you don't wish to. You can, I'm going to see what these ones look like because I haven't tried, obviously. It just was a thought this morning. They might look nice. And then you could layer that up with the next size. That's what I was thinking. I might go with that, and then you've got two different looks because you can't get that little punch anymore. I don't know whether you guys have got it or not, but I will never part with it. It's just been so handy. Yeah, I like that on the big one. Can't really see it as much on the little one. And that's what I should be using my take your pick tool for. And the reason I don't use it is because I can never find it in here. Where are you? Oh, take me half an hour to find it. What have I done with it? See, that's why I don't use it, because I can never find it. Where are you? It'll be here. It'll be just here somewhere. No. No. Would be very handy if I could lay my hands on that right now, but I can't. I'll just use my little, I may have taken it out of there, who knows what I would have done with it. So if you've got tweezers, they work too. That one. Probably should have, I think that flower was a little bigger. Should have put that on the big one, never mind. And then, oopsie, then my little gems on here, just to make him all pretty and sparkly. Move that over a little bit before he sticks. Oh, come on. He doesn't want to move over. Okay, where's my little, so now put these in here. It's a good idea to use your silicone mats because you could see, tell how that was stuck to that. That's the idea of it, so you don't have it stuck to anything that you want to use for something else. Just pop a few things away so I don't make a mess everywhere. Now, as you'll see, I mounted both of my little bubble type stamps on top of my block, and I just used them like that. You might call me lazy, but I just thought it saved going around and doing them again. And you can stamp off, stamp and stamp off, stamp and stamp off. Just do whatever floats your boat, really. Just make yourself a little bit of when you did that on the envelope as well, and I think I did it on the inside as well, so I'm going to do that while I'm at it. Just like that, and just down the side of your card, inside of your card I mean. Close your ink up, and then depending on which colour you've got, this was retired DSP as well. It's out of the tropical one, I think. Yeah, I don't think, I know. Well, I could have used the Subtles pack, I thought afterwards, but I'd already cut up then, so I just went with that. So you'll have yours a bit long, so just take your paper snips and just snip him off. It was easier than trying to get them all, well, it is easier than trying to get them all the same length, because sometimes you don't exactly do them all the same, do you? Now, we want our butterfly there. Just make sure it all fits is a good rule of thumb to before you go putting your sentiments on. Before you stick everything together. And I could have used a different colour for that. I think I'm going to stick my sentiment down first, and then I'm going to position my butterflies around where I want them. And I'm going to dimension him. Okay, so he goes there, and it looks like I've done mine flat, and that would be because I didn't want to cut dimensionals around my little antenna bits. But you can do whatever you like. I think I'm going to just do the same. So I can just put a bit of liquid glue, and this will stick down and it won't pop up and get caught anywhere. So we'll have him there. And you know that it's all stuck too then. You know it's not going to come apart on you. And he can go there, I think. And it wouldn't be finished without a little bit of Wink of Stella. Anyone not know what Wink of Stella is? I think we all do. Just making sure I've got some there, and I've got too much there now. Just makes things pop a little bit, doesn't it? Like gives them some glam. I think this one's nearly, oops, no, it's not nearly running out. I gave it a good shake and a squeeze and it's going for it. I think I did some splotches with that too, by the looks. I think we might be getting down to the last of this because you can see the silver coming out in that, which means I need to fill it up again with my rubbing alcohol. I guess you guys knew you could do that, didn't you? You get a good run out of them when you do that. And I shouldn't be telling you that, because then you won't buy more, will you? You'll keep going like I do. Well, we all do it, so it's fine. So I'll see if I can get some splotches happening here. You probably can't see that, but I can. Beautiful lot of sparkle. I just want a couple of bigger ones. That's what I need. Okay, but I probably should have mounted my card before I did that, shouldn't I? We might find a way. I might be able to hold it up in the air and not put it down. I didn't want to put it down and squash the Wink of Stella all out everywhere. So that'll fix that. And I could have put my centre in first, couldn't I? I was thinking I didn't do the centre, but I did on this one. Which I'll pop in with snail, because that's easier. Well, they're both just as easy as the other. It's just what I'm used to, I guess. So and I've got my bubbles down the side. So you'll all have different looking cards because you've got a mix of different DSP. So there we are, two totally different looks with just some different stamps and different DSP. So that's a rather cute one, isn't it? Those away, and we'll keep going to, we've only been an hour. It'd be good if classes were this quick, girls. This is the one I said I will do. Oops, I'll get rid of that. I will do using the good old golf set again. Don't know if anyone's got people that are into golf. I don't. I don't actually know why I bought this set, but I've used it a lot, as you know. And yeah, it'll be good. Now, what have I done here? I did have, oh, here it is. I was going to say, I did have a piece of black that I was going to emboss with. Just got to find everything, guys. So this is the card. This is your bonus card. It's just a quick card. Now, I cased that off Pinterest, so you'll probably be able to find that on Pinterest. So we'll just set it up first. I have actually done a happy birthday, just in case something went wrong, that I wouldn't have to make you wait till I cut up more stock. So I don't know, I always use this method of getting my cardstock completely in the middle, scored completely in the centre and with no mess ups, unless of course you've cut it crooked. So now we'll get this set up. This was a way of using the die, because you guys haven't got the stamp set, of using it without you having to stamp the golfer. I saw it and I thought, oh, I can do that. You guys can do that card once I've given you all the product. Pick him up, and he should go there. So what I thought I'd do this time is use the same happy birthday, but it will actually fit. Going to sit that there for a sec. It will actually fit onto one of the new, what have I done with them? They're here. One of the new framelits. These are called Tasteful Labels. So what you could, if you didn't have any white embossing powder, what you could do is you could stamp in white onto your white, and then you could do a matte in your black. So there's, because we can't be all together. That's a way around that one. So then we want our little. Can I find my embossing powder? Yep. And this is what you would do. I have given you the circles cut from my stitched framelits, which is probably a bit tricky for you to, we usually, with this stamp it's okay because it's photopolymer, and that's what I did with that one. It was easy to line that up. But if you've got a clear mount stamp, it's obviously going to be a little bit more tricky to line that up. But this is the way we normally do it, is we, as you guys know, we usually stamp first and then die cut, because then you can see where you want it to go. So I'm just going to shoot over to the big shot and die cut this in a sec. And we use our little buddy so that we don't get those stray bits of powder everywhere. Just saw I used the little embossing buddy, which, by the way, not going into the new catalogue. So if you want one, you better grab one. Now, hold your ears because I'm going to be noisy. And when you're sure that's all turned, you can turn that off. I might just leave that a minute to cool, and I'll pop the DSP down onto there. Get this card all ready to go. Just a little strip of the little golf buggies, and it's rather cute, isn't it? I forget who I cased this from. I did have a bit of a, find it a bit tricky to know where to put these little golf buggies. Had it all set up, and then when I put it down I didn't like it. So, and again I didn't use, I'm going to use liquid glue for him. Probably because I'm lazy. I don't like cutting dimensionals up. And if you want a quick card, why not? There we go. So he can go, about there, I think. I meant to have a look to see if you could use him the other way around. I don't know. Now, what do I do with my black bit here? So I'm going to just pop over to the Big Shot. You all know how to use that. And I'm going to cut this out with the, you can see how that looks when I've cut it out. This is the new dye. Be right back. Oh. So there's that one. I hold it up so you can see it's just a little bit different to our stitched ones. It's got 2 rows of stitching and it's got this little bit of a crinkled edge around it. It's quite nice. And those are the other dies that you get in that set. So, yeah. And I could probably use my black ones. I think the black ones went through to the new catalogue. I don't often think to use them because I'm so used to using the white ones, but for this card, perfect. I might actually, shouldn't do that, I might just sit that there because I want the sentiments straight, so I want to put my card onto here before I put the sentiment on. How are we all going? Is anyone stamping with me? Or are you all going to do it later? Such a beautiful day. You might be not wanting to do it today. Cold morning though, wasn't it? Now I think that's straight. Then what did I do on the inside? I think, well, I did a golf ball. What did I do on the outside? I did a golf ball. Looks like I've given myself, and I think I gave you guys a piece of this, the buggy one. So you've got 2 bits of that. One will be for your front and one will be for your inside. So use the best one that showcases the little buggies. You probably, because this one's not as good as that one, if that makes sense. Or you can cut it down if you want to. It's your card, so you can do what you like. Is anyone talking to me? Well, Margaret, you were meant to have bought the embossing buddy. If you haven't got one, how long has it been available for? You should have one by now if you need one. And if you think it might be going a bit flat, well, you probably need to buy yourself another one, like I did. I think I bought 2 more, actually. And, yeah, I'm not going to stamp the golf ball on there. Now, how did we go? And I didn't embellish that one at all because I don't think it needs it. Oh, what I meant to say about the first card is if you didn't want to put the blue little dots, you could use the rhinestones. If you don't have the blends, you could use the blends in any of these colours to coordinate. But if you don't have them, you could use a Sharpie, but you must colour onto the rhinestones before you put them on here. And the black would look nice. Everybody's got a black Sharpie. The black would look quite nice. Or you could just use the plain rhinestones. That would be fine. Going to play later. Okay. Hi Roz. Hi Karen. You made the card back to front. What do you mean, Rhonda? I'm sure it's beautiful and I'm sure you'll work it out. I will put the measurements on my blog. I still haven't done the ones from last week. I was so disappointed with my horrible video. I haven't done it yet, but I will. That'll be this afternoon's job. So thank you very much for watching. These are the cards that we've put together. I did the centre in there, didn't I? Grab the butterfly one. And he won't sit down. And where's the other one? Oh, it's over here. I haven't put my champagne gems on there because I didn't give myself any. So, and I'll pop photos up later as well. And I'll put my measurements on my blog as well for this one. Okay? So, thanks for watching. Now I'm going to pack up and do my blog post. Thanks, Dawn. Thanks, Jeanette. Thanks, Denise. I will catch you guys next time. Bye. Hopefully Friday night, maybe sooner. Bye-bye.